What is going on, Gideon's Tactical crew? Happy Independence Day weekend, where we are celebrating here in America freedom from government, telling government to stick it and get out of our business. And today we're going to be looking at 6 of the best American-made knives. And you may be asking yourself, like, well, why 6? Well, because 1776 is when we declared our freedom. We just walked outside and we were like, we are free. And then Britain was like, screw that. And then we had to fight for it for several years, and blood, sweat, and tears to earn and gain that freedom. So we're doing 6, and because I just like 6 blades, I had 5 and I was like, you know what? I need to add this one into the rotation to share with you guys. And so that just lined up perfectly with 1776. And also, I really believe this is like the gambit, because you may be asking, like, what makes these the best? Because I like them. And I feel like they kind of offer the gambit and the spectrum of pocket knives, and some of the best, I believe, that America has to offer, and some of the unsung heroes that of pocket knife blade, you know, that arena that America has to offer. And so we're going to start things off with a blade that I don't think gets anywhere near as much attention as it should. Now, it's a H&K knife, which is a German-owned company, but the Germans, they said, yeah, we don't know how to make OTFs. Hogue, would you make it for us? And Hogue was like, yeah, no problem. We know how to make OTFs over here in America. We'll do that for you. No worries. So this is made in the USA. This is the Hogue Hadron, made for H&K knives. The Hadron, you may be like, what the heck is a Hadron? A Hadron is a very strong and used to apply force to connect like neutrons and protons and whatever. It's a subatomic particle that does that, so pretty cool. But this is what I love. I've been carrying this now since it came out. It's one of my favorite OTFs for a few reasons. Not only, and by the way, this color, this bronze color, discontinued. You can get it, still get it with a gray or black handle, aluminum handle. But this copper tone, good luck trying to find that, except on the secondary market, so I'm so pumped that I have it. First off, it's the most reliable. It's one of the first OTFs I ever got a few years ago, and it's one of the most reliable, or the most reliable. Never had a misfire ever in its entire existence in my pocket, use it a lot. It's kind of like my classy knife that I use when you know, I'm taking Mrs. GT out on the town for our anniversary, a date night, you know, nice functions like an Easter Sunday or Christmas Eve. If you follow me over on Instagram, which you should be, you should and have seen me posting this a lot as like my EDC on special occasions. Just because it's slim, it's cool, and it's very functional. At first when I saw the handle, I was like, I don't know, it's kind of like a weird drop, but man, it just feels so good. Really locks me into place. Your 2 front fingers and then your 2 back fingers just locked in, good ribbing. Really nicely done. And then the actuation switch is not super aggressive. I've had other OTFs that are kind of, they're bitey. The angle is really what does it for you. A little bit of jimp, but bam. And then you just scoot and suck it back in. Bam, 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 all day long. As I stated, aluminum handle scales, they're like, this is like 3.1 ounces, nice and slim. The one obnoxious aspect is the pocket clip. Though it is blacked out and loop over, it is freaking ginormous. It's half the handle length. They could have literally cut it in half diameter, like thickness-wise, and then like shortened it up. Would have been fine. You might be able to find stuff on the secondary market that might even, I don't know about that. It might not, I don't know if it lines up with the Benchmade. Anyway, and then the blade. So what I really like is that you got 3 1/4 inches overall, like 3.1 on the cutting edge, high flat grind. This is a drop point. A lot of OTFs come in like dagger or bayonet style. You can get this in a bayonet style if you want, but I like just the classic drop point, the relief edge, 154 cm, nothing like mind-blowing, but really like just holds its edge, good relief edge, 1/8 of an inch thick. It's just a good utility knife. It's not just a stabber, though. If you need to pierce something, dang, good night, sayonara. So that is, I just really like it. It's a really fun knife. It's one of my faves. Super glad I have it in this discontinued color, and it's our #1 on the list. And it's a pretty budget friendly. You can get the stonewash versions for like $215, $210 maybe, and the black on black versions you can get for about $230, which is on the low end of American-made OTFs. So pretty sweet. I will have, guys, throughout this whole video, links in the description below to the affiliate networks that I regularly partner with. Me being a small business here, that is literally how you guys help to continue to allow me to make content just like this, is when you guys visit the affiliate networks provided below when a tool makes sense, as well as the regular partners that I have here that sponsor content. So just appreciate it, guys, so much. You literally help Gideon's Tactical move. Now, our next blade is the better version of the bug out, because I'm not, you know, the bug out's okay and it's an American classic, but I think the Bailout with M4 steel is just iconic at this point. I mean, it offers so much capability, and once I got it, I held off forever. I got it on just like an insane deal because these things are like $270. So I mean, it's a pricey blade, but it would be like top 5 blades I own right now in just rotation, regular carry, for a lot of different reasons. Not only does it have, you know, the axis lock, super smooth, very fast. It's slim, but not overly slim. And the aluminum handle scales, the texture is just so good, guys. I mean, it's so good. Flow through construction. The polymer version I was not a big fan of. It just felt cheap and reminded me of the bug out, you know, so the Bailout in the aluminum, and now they have all kinds of different variants and colors and all that stuff. I took out the glass breaker, didn't need that. It actually like backed itself out and I lost it. So I guess the world helped me get rid of that. I didn't think it's necessary, but if you like it, you know, those are there. Ambidextrous, obviously, loop or tip up, mini pocket clip. That just shows you, you know, like, I mean, look at the difference between those two. It's freaking bananas. Yeah, and then part of it is the blade, you know, the Tanto design, but it has this nice sweep to it, and then good blade grind there, and coming in at 0.09. It's so slicey. So many Tantos are just like obnoxiously thick. It is just a slicing machine. The M4 steel edge retention is going to be insane, and for that edge retention, you're going to get good toughness. And you are also going to have to be considerate of rust. I live in a very low humid environment. I got a few staining points. So just be aware of that. But that M4 steel is bananas. I love it. And this is like one of my favorite slim but very hard use capable blades that I own, and definitely has got to make this list. Now, a lot of times when you think American made, you're thinking like pricey blades, and definitely the majority of the knives that we're looking at here today are over $100. But you don't have to break the bank, and you can get just a great functional American made tool in the most recent rendition of the Buck 110. This is the Buck 110 Select. Some you know, places call it the Slim. And it has been, look at how much wear, look at this. I mean, that gray has definitely turned brown in some areas. This is a great tool, and the 112 just being the smaller version. I like the larger version, it's just more capable. But if you have blade limitations and lengths, or you just want a more compact tool, the 112 Select is also a great option. Like 40 bucks or less. Lots of color combinations, ambidextrous, 420 HC steel, nothing to write home about, but very easy to get a stupid edge on. Hollow grind, a little bit different blade clip than the original Buck 110, but you're gonna get, you know, ambidextrous thumb studs. They do such a good job of like not eating up a bunch of blade length. Some thumb studs do that. You know, good texture. Now the pocket clip, this, hopefully one day they're gonna, you know, swap these out on the Select series. These are so huge and obnoxious. Doable, ambidextrous, but man, just a slimmer, more compact, you know, pocket clip would have been a lot better. We don't need to, yes, we know, Buck, you know, that you have an anvil. Doesn't need to be shown there. Lockback design, full handle grip. And for that price, you're getting, you know, again, that American made tool, and it has so much capability. It's just general EDC or outdoor folder. You could use it hunting, fishing, you know, and it's not gonna break the bank. I love gifting these. These are great gift knives when you know that the person that you're gifting it to likes American made products. They want that, you know, they don't wanna see China when they open something up, and you are on a tight budget, particularly in this day and age, you know, with everything going on and high inflation and everything else. To be able to score something like this and have it be very capable. You know, I've had this since these came out, and it's just been killing it. Killing it. Okay, so the next one, let me think here. I gotta choose. This is a hard choice. But let's go back to stuff that most other places in the world you can't have. I'm talking about an auto. And the Kershaw Launch series of knives right here in CPM 154 steel. See that American-made flag right there, or laser engraved. I love the finish, guys, on this. The finish is like so dope. This is my favorite of the entire series. It's very like, I don't know, it's very Blade Runner-esque, I guess. It's just got like such an organic sweep to it. You know, like a killer whale of pocket knives. Have you guys heard about those orcas freaking attacking sailing ships like in the Gibraltar Strait? They're like just purposely, there's like 9 of them that are like destroying rudders. It's just wild. So, little modern news tip for you in 2023. Go look it up. Anyway, aluminum handle scales. What I like is that it's 2 scales on your side. It's just like brought together. So I mean, just the machining, you know, you feel like a much more premium knife than really it even is. Ambidextrous, good pocket clip. You know, loop over would have been fine. Not the end of the world. Blacked out, couple different color combinations. The continuous belly though, I mean, just look at it. It's just like all, just look at it. It's all belly. Eighth of an inch thick, 3.5-inch blade, 3.3 cutting. Very nice. No safety, you know, and I like that. I don't need safeties on my autos. I have yet to actuate an automatic knife that I own in my pocket. Maybe if you throw it in a purse and you're a female and you don't want your kids like getting to it or something, I get that. But for me, no need. Good actuator, bam, snaps open after years of use. Plunge lock, solid, man. I mean, that thing is just so solid. I love it. It's just so functional, and just the ergos just like caress your hand. They're gonna caress your hand, give you a non-lethal, bam, good morning to you. Right there. So good. And I mean, for the value, you know, an American OTF, or excuse me, OTF, an American auto, I think it's like 120, 125 still in most places, which is really, really good. So Kershaw, with their whole launch series, any one of the launches I own are just amazing. This one is my fave though, and the Launch Model 1 is so good and totally makes the list. Now we got 2 left. This one I have been talking about, telling you guys about for years at this point, and there's so many variants now, and there's a reason why I love it. And one, because it was built about an hour from where I am sitting making this video for you in Golden, Colorado, US Earth. So in case you get abducted by aliens, they know where this pocket knife came from. They're like, oh, okay, this isn't from Sarlacc 5. This is from Earth. I got it. Right there. The Manix 2 series, all of them made in the USA to my knowledge currently in 2023, and particularly the Light series. I like the Light series over the G10. The G10 is fine, but when I'm starting to look at that weight, that heft, there are other blades sometimes that I more gravitate to. The Light, because it's lightweight, but still giving you good size range, and so many blade steels to choose from. You know, there are variants like M4 steel. I know Blade HQ did. I don't know if those are still available. You can get, you know, BD1 still for like right around $100. This CPM SP or Y Spy 27 steel. Kind of, I don't know if it's proprietary to Spyderco, but very cool. Very, very cool. And this one's like 170, I think. But I love the full flat grind, the perfect leaf shape. Got some sweep to it. If you're not into choils, you're gonna hate this knife. And in fact, yeah, this is the only knife with a choil that I'm gonna talk about today. But I like it because I can get so like close up. But unlike some Spydercos need, you basically are forced into the choil, and I don't like having, listen, I'm an American. I don't like getting forced into doing anything. So when a knife is like, you have to use the choil to like get full grip, I don't like that. I like options. I like to choose for myself, and this gives you so much to grip onto right there. You can see the real estate out the back, but if I want to, the choil doesn't detract in any way from my experience, but I can get up on there and be like, what's up? And have the control that I want. The wire pocket clip, I love these. They're ambidextrous. When a knife has that, they're just so like slim, but they function. I've never broke one, never bent one. And then the ball bearing lock, similar to an Axis lock in its function, but how it's built is very different. You can just see there, like, just as smooth, super nice. Thumb hole, you just deploy, bam. And that texture, I mean, it's gonna grab you. I would like to see some different colors. They always do like, I mean, I'm fine with having some crazy cool color, you know, on my knives, but it'd be nice to have like this steel with like black on black, you know, OD green, you know, just for those people who want that as well, I think would be a nice touch. But this is one of the best pocket knives in creation, and it was created here in America and in my home state of Colorado. Now here in America, you gotta go big or you gotta go home. And a lot of these blades have been lightweight until now, but I had to highlight one of my favorite beasts of a knife, and it is the Zero Tolerance. There we go, 0308. This is the newest rendition with the tiger striping, which is just so sick. I freaking love it. Looks so good. Oh my gosh. And we're talking about CPM 20 CV steel, excellent steel, you know, in that family of M390, high flat grind. For being a robust, I believe it's 5/32 of an inch thick right there, and holds that most of the way. It's a good slicer, guys. It really does, I mean, it's not gonna be best good, but it's good. It's really good for how brute force it's gonna give you, and just all that sweep is excellent. About 3.75 inches overall blade length. And then you got this machined, which is just wild, titanium. Look at that. That is titanium right there. Similar, you know, Benchmade doing it on aluminum, similar, but this is titanium, dude. And that's like, look at the size of handle difference. Huge amount more, textured all the way around. Behind that, you got that frame lock that's hitting like, I don't know, at least 50% with that steel backer. Nice big pivot right there, flow through so you can blow it out. Some people complain about grime. Now I don't use it in a sandbox, so I don't really have to worry about that, but I could see that being an issue. That would be the only issue. Now I've definitely used it in a lot of different areas. My previous version, carried it with me a ton and never got any gunk in there where I had a problem. I'm running on KVT ball bearings. It would have been nice to have like bronze bushings that would have just added to, or washers, would have added to the durability. But I've never had an issue like as solid as freaking like Mount Rushmore. I mean, this thing is so rock solid. It ain't going anywhere. So it just locks you right into place there. Huge grip. Feels like a compact fixed blade, honestly, when you grip it, but it's gonna be like almost 7 ounces. If you throw this at somebody, you'll knock them out. I mean, if you're charging the enemy, throw this at them first, just closed, and you'll knock out a guy. So, I mean, there's that. Excellent flipper, ambidextrous. I do not need a loop over on these big knives. It actually gives you good grip to like pull out and then deploy that. Pretty penny. The old versions that are still floating around, you know, that are like stonewash on the blade, you can score those for under 300 sometimes. This one is almost 350. So it's gonna be a pretty penny, but it's just a brick of American-made excellence right there, and I love having it in rotation. It's one of my favorite designs, having the previous generation, now this generation with the tiger striping just takes it to the next level. So there we go, Blade Addicts world over. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. I encourage you, stand for your rights as a world citizen. You know, freedom is not just for Americans, it's, you know, a God-given right given to us by our Creator. So I encourage you guys to always stand for what's right. And I want to thank you so much for coming over today. I hope these 6 blades have just given you some food for thought, been entertaining. A lot of this was just entertainment value. I hope that you guys just got some good info, maybe reminded you some blades that exist that you forgot about, or highlighted new designs to you that you were unaware of. And leave a comment below. I would love to know what American-made blades you own and which one you maybe are carrying over the 4th of July weekend. Love you guys so much. Thanks so much for coming over. Check out the other video popping up. And again, if you haven't yet subscribed, I encourage you to do so. And until next time, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and I will see you out there.